Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Early in the morning, when I saw that you were doing the sitting meditation, you were great Buddha. Still, you are beautiful Buddha. Many Buddhas here. I am so happy. If your leg is not comfortable or backside is not comfortable, just make a very comfortable posture. My topic today is grace. To you, what does this world look like? Is it beautiful? Good world? Or not? Is this world heaven? Or is it hell? How do you think the enlightened masters view this world? The Buddha said, the world is a sea of suffering. Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, said, the world is a grace. It looks like these are opposite, but actually they are really one. One master is viewing it bottom up, and another master is viewing it top down. They are speaking about the same Dharma from different perspectives. Both of them talk about our original nature, grace and compassion. Jesus said, someone slaps you on the face, you should turn the other cheek. Now let me tell you one of the tales about Buddha. One day in India, the king, the Raja of Kalinga, took a nap in the forest where he was hunting. When he awakened, he discovered that all his attendants were not there. He discovered that they were listening to an ascetic, a holy man who was nearby. The king got very angry that they had not protected him during his nap. He could have been hurt by wild animals or by his enemies. The king went to the ascetic and asked him who he was. The holy man introduced himself as an ascetic who was practicing endurance and patience. The king got even more angry with the ascetic and decided to test him. He cut off one arm from the ascetic. But the ascetic did not show any anger or resentment. So the king cut off the other arms. Oh my God. Still, the ascetic did not react. So the king cut off one leg and then the other leg. But the ascetic did not get angry or hold any resentment toward the king. Both are unbelievable. This is because the ascetic knew the whole of existence and that the reality of all things empty. And from the realm of ultimate reality or emptiness, there is no place for resentment or anger to arise. This is a story from one of the previous lives of Shakyamuni Buddha. Even though it is only a story and sounds strange, it holds great truth and meaning. In the same way, today, the Dalai Lama holds compassion rather than anger and resentment, even towards those who hurt the Tibetan people and destroyed their temples and treasures. Why is it that all the sages and enlightened persons have this point of view? I think it is because they know the truth of the universe. The truth is one, and we are all one family. All mothers have the same experience. If their children are sick, then the mothers also feel their pain, often even more deeply. Whenever I called my mom, my mother is asking me, "Did you have breakfast today? Did you have a good sleep? Are you okay?" And then I say, "Mom, I am not kid, I am not baby." She worries about my health, but she never talking her pain and her sickness. Usually I don't know how much she's sick and she has pain. When I visit at the time only, I see that pain. Most are always ready to die instead of their children. Mothers know their children are their family, but they may not know that other people are also part of one great family. All the sages recognize that all beings in the universe are their family. Let us see what Sotaesan, the founding master of Won Buddhism, said about this. After he attained great enlightenment, he expressed the ultimate reality as Il-Won-Sang, the perfect circle. He said that the content of Il-Won-Sang manifests as the fourfold grace, the grace of heaven and earth, the grace of parents, the grace of fellow beings, and the grace of laws. Fourfold grace is in all things in the universe. As I told yesterday, In one Buddhism, grace is inseparable and interdependent in relationship between all things. Grace is the underlying basis of existence and interdependent relationships. The basis of the universe is grace and gratitude, and we need to experience them in our daily lives. Sometimes we feel resentment, which is the opposite of grace of gratitude. We feel pain, resentment, or unfairness. But this does not come from our original nature. It is important to turn resentment into gratitude. This is an important practice for us to live a happy and free life. This will show you how to more fully experience our original nature, which is full of grace. When the perfect circle is full of grace, that means it's full of grace. You see? Iran is the symbol of our original nature. As I mentioned just before, this also manifests as the fourfold grace, the grace of heaven and earth, the grace of parents, the grace of fellow beings, the grace of laws and principles. Without heaven and earth, without nature, there is no life. Without air, sun, earth, we could not breathe, see, or walk. Let's try this. Could you please stop breathing now? Stop breathing. Do not die. I don't want you to die. Okay, you can breathe now. We cannot live without breathing. What grace is greater than the air that we breathe? Think about the grace of the sky also, or the earth, the sun, the moon, the wind, the cloud, the rain. You know, recently no rain, and then it looks like it feels like the soil was very dry. And then I worried so much all over in One Dharma Center, the grass and plant and tree, so much thirsty. What I have to do, I worried about that. And at least when you coming for this retreat, before yesterday, the raining little bit. At that time, I so much appreciated to the rain. Thank you, like this. Even the light. There are all the grace of heaven and earth. We cannot live without heaven and earth. What grace is greater than heaven and earth? Without parents, we could not exist. We would have no bodies, no education, and no experience of marvelous existence of this world. Who gave us our lives? What grace is greater than our parents? Without fellow beings, we would have no friends, no jobs, no food, no shops, no community. How would we have any means to live? Do you hear birds singing? Do you hear? What grace, what a blessing. This is also the grace of fellow being. With no mind, in emptiness mind, just listen bird's song. What a grace. Without fellow beings, with whom would we share compassion? Without them, we cannot feel alive. What grace is greater than fellow beings? Without laws, there would be chaos, no sense of right or wrong, no sense of fairness or justice, and no standard of ethical behavior. What is greater than the grace of laws that serve and protect us all? Here is a small example of gratitude. One day, one of my friends had a boil on her buttock. Is it funny? But please listen very well. There are all the meaning of what I wanted to say is in this story. She could not sit or even walk comfortably. She could not even sleep well because of the pain. Her uncomfortable body created an uncomfortable mind, and it made her day very difficult. Although her life was difficult, she decided to use this opportunity for mind practice. And she watched her mind in her daily situations. Through mind practice, she realized how important her buttock is. She didn't know before like that. She realized that having buttocks, she can sit or lie on a bed comfortably. She can put on her clothes and walk without difficulty. Before that, she did not realize how important her buttocks were to all her activities throughout the day. Her boil taught her that. Her boil was an object of resentment and agony at first. Then it became an object of gratitude after she carried out mind practice and learned how to live with her situation. Meditation is to realize the grace and gratitude. How much grace do we have? But still we do not recognize it. Only after grace disappears do we come to realize how important it is. Let me tell you another story. While I was organizing some stories for this Dharma talk, one of my friends sent me the following story through a text message. And by chance, amazingly, the story contained exactly what I was going to tell you through this Dharma talk. So I will share this story with you. A man was strolling along the riverside in the very early morning before dawn. While he was walking in darkness, suddenly he happened to fall over something. He checked out what it was and thought that it was a bag full of pebbles. He wanted to do something fun with the pebbles, so he began to throw them into the river one by one, enjoying the splashing sounds that each pebble made. He waited for sunrise. The sun came up as he was about to throw the last one. He was very surprised because the last pebble was shining brightly in his hand, reflecting the sunlight. When he checked it out once again, he realized that it really was, and he burst into tears. At that moment, morning workers found him and asked, "Are you all right? Has somebody fallen into the river?" With his eyes still bursting with tears, he said, "Do you know what this is? It is diamond. Just an hour ago, there were hundreds of diamonds in the bag, but I thought they were pebbles, so I just threw them into the river. Expect this one. Now this is the only one I've got left." And then he kept crying. No, exactly when I was writing here in my journal, this message came to me. It's not that amazing? What does this story tell us? I think in our life, we are not very different from this man. Sometimes we just let go of moments of happiness carelessly and have belated regrets. Like the man who threw away the diamonds into the river and cried. Each day, please try to find the reasons for happiness, moment by moment. The reasons can be such as, my family members are healthy, I am so grateful for it. Or, I have many good friends. I am so grateful for it. Even with no reason at all. You can experience gratitude in your life all the time. Even there is no reason. Also, I hope that we all have an attitude of gratitude, which means that we shouldn't be resentful about what we lost. But be grateful for what we have. Then our life can be better and happier. Meditation and mind practice cannot be separated from gratitude. They are one, not two things. When we have a grateful mind, our meditation goes deep. And when our meditation goes deep, we become more grateful and thankful. This universe is full of grace, but it is like one body. We have arm and leg and hands, and they all look like different parts. But it is just one body, and it cannot be separated. If you have difficulty with your arms, the entire body suffers. All the sages see and know this principle of the universe. Every part of our body is not disconnected. It is of one body. Like that, this world is one body. This universe is one body. Jung Hwae-ik, a Korean scientist, always talks about life as a whole, not individuals with separate interactions. He is not a Buddhist, but he recognized this principle from his scientific research. All things are part of one whole life, not individual and disconnected lives. Even though there are many parts with many different names and functions, they are one and the same body, working together in harmony. If the ecosystem is destroyed, the whole planet will be hurt, and our life on the earth will become extremely difficult. Some things seem to be harmful to us, and some things seem not to be helpful to us. But we all have a relationship of grace with all of these things. Without gratitude and grace, we cannot live well. I do not mean relative grace and gratitude. I mean absolute grace. The world is intertwined with grace. All existence comes from grace. Do you know Ho'oponopono? Maybe many people know that. Ho'oponopono is a simple method of showing gratitude and our original nature, which is emptiness, used from ancient times by Hawaiians. Many years ago, the psychologist Huren has shown proof that this simple formula works as documented in the book Zero Limit. This formula has cured many people from Huren doctor. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Just repeat this to yourself for your emptiness mind. If you or someone else is sick or suffering from mental stress, you say these simple things directly to them. This is very similar to the Buddhist notions of forgiveness, gratitude, and loving kindness. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. In this way, hundreds of sick and suffering people have been cured by just a few simple words. By changing a few words, you can change the world. Also, I suggest that every day before sleep, think about all the grace you have received in this day and choose 5 experiences of grace. Please write them down and give a commentary on each one. According to the results of an experiment by a Western research team, there was an amazing change for the person who acknowledges all the events in their life come from grace and gratitude. Those people became happier with their lives. Their hearts were full of gratitude, and they began to live energetic lives. Scientific research shows that the neurochemical called serotonin, you know serotonin, will come out of our brain if one feels gratitude. Serotonin makes you feel happy. So, it is very helpful for your mind and body. The serotonin will also come out when you are meditating well. So please learn and practice meditation and turn your resentments into gratitude. Then you will experience more freedom and happiness in your life. Did you read this book? Reverend, you comment that? There is fourfold grace, page 9, and also page 40. There is the essential dharmas of daily practice. Our one Buddhist practitioner always repeat this, the essential dharmas of daily practice, every day, or every moment, whenever we meet sensory condition, whenever we meet some difficult situation, we always remind this daily practice, the essential dharmas of daily practice. There is number 5. Let us turn a life resentment into a life of gratitude. Always checking in our mind and in the situation, in a daily life. So please read it when you have time today or tomorrow. It's okay. After you come back your home, you can read that. Before yesterday, in the opening talk, I told you to list your experience of resentment and difficulties that you have. Did you write down? Yeah? Now, will you list today your experiences of grace and gratitude next to your list of resentments? Can you that? Nobody answered. I will continue talk tonight. Thank you so much.